Thank you for your patience.
Quite nice being on hold with Miles playing to you in the background, isn't it? Our broadband's not working probably, so I've got to phone them up. But I'm not missing an opportunity to practice. Do a bit of practice with Miles on their hold music.
Good morning, thanks for holding.
Heading off to Saffron Hall County High, where I've been asked to give a saxophone masterclass this morning. The thing is, I thought I was giving a saxophone masterclass to all the saxophone players that they had. It turns out I'm actually giving a series of individual clinic lessons, which is great, and actually it's a hell of a lot easier for me because it's just kind of like doing what I usually do, and that's a lot easier than kind of delivering something for a whole people. I've also got a private class to do tomorrow, a talk in London, which I've done no preparation for. Last night I was at the fantastic Bob Minson masterclass at sax.co.uk.
That was the age of burnout. This was back in the 70s. And I thought, okay, well, let me go back. I mean, we got 3 more sets tonight, so I can really sort of work with this a little bit. And I went back and I just played less. And I looked over, the guitar player was smiling.
Couple of things that really struck home to me with what Bob said. Number one, there was something that Ray Wilkes used to say to me that Bob said it and it was just lodged in the back of my mind, and I kind of thought, gosh, Ray, I wish I could tell you just, in Blackpool 20 odd years ago, he was giving me all these pearls of wisdom that people around the world and how, the top players in the world are still saying. When you're articulating, when you're soloing, you should solo and think like a scat singer. You know how a scat singer would use different syllables for different phrases. He was using the example of John Hicks. I mean, that was something that I really probably need to come back to with my students. Maybe we need to transcribe some scat solos, maybe. So I did end up teaching in a group situation. Really handled it well. Improvisation is the name of the game. Anyway, rock and roll, eating a supermarket salad for my lunch, and then I'm going to head back and figure out what on earth this vlog's going to be about today. Now, my tip for good burgers is always to have a very, very hot pan. Now, I'm going to try a little trick I've read in a book somewhere of how to keep your burgers fresh using ice cubes. Apart from the mozzarella, which I can have as a healthy extra, pretty healthy, not too bad. Bon appetit. Those burgers just tasted. That little ice cube trick definitely works, as does grilling the buns and then steaming them very, very quickly. Put the burgers in. Full marks all round from the kids and from Katie. So there's a little look down recipe there. Maybe I'll start posting some more recipes. Let me know if you want them. We'll always move from there. Just wanted to quickly finish today's vlog talking about masterclasses. I'm well aware that I'm in a very fortunate position living in the southeast of England, working in London, that I can get to that masterclass last night. There are a lot of masterclasses posted all over the internet, but I don't think you can substitute watching it on YouTube for being there live. And that goes for gigs as well. You really need to get out there and hear people. There's something very, very special about being in the same room when that instrument is being played rather than hearing it digitally. I mean, this one here, I've spoken about this one, you probably can't make it out there, but there's Chris Potter, me, Joshua Redman, Mark Turner. They were doing a sax quartet gig with Chris Cheek at the Wigmore Hall in London. and it was all acoustic, and it was fantastic just to hear those guys completely without microphones, without PA systems, just having the notes, the air that they're disturbing around me, hitting me. There was something very, very special about that. Likewise, when I was going past King's in the last vlog, King's College Chapel in Cambridge, I want to know what's going to happen. I went to hear the last ever gig of Jan Garbarek with the Hilliard Ensemble in that chapel, and they did record it, ECM did record it, but I've never seen a release of it yet, so it'd be interesting to see if they eventually get that recording out. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, masterclasses. They did record it yesterday at sax.co.uk. I didn't get a chance to ask them if they're going to release it, but these ones from Roberto Woodwinds, the Chris Potter, Eric Alexander, Dave Liebman masterclasses, these DVDs are well worth getting. I mean, it's a shame they haven't worked out a way to digitally share them now, so you don't have to buy a DVD from New York, but it's worth every penny. There's loads and loads of tidbits. I've got to admit, quite a lot of the stuff, especially what I do with Eric in my own private lessons, pretty much going over a lot of the same stuff. Maybe that's because I need to go over that even more. But it was great to be able to recap on some of the stuff I did with Eric in my lessons with him, and then see it on the masterclass and go, yeah, I know I need to rinse this down. If he's saying this to lots of people, as a teacher myself, I know when I say the same thing over and over again, it tends to mean it's a principle that we really need to drive home and really need to get to grips with. So if you have the opportunity to go and hear it or see a masterclass, whatever the instrument is, get yourself signed up for it. Get down there. It's really, really important to be able to, you'll just pick up loads of stuff. I mean, Bob Mintzer last night was talking about kind of the stew, about, you know, you're playing being like a stew, you keep adding things to it, and everyone's stew is different. And that's a really interesting analogy, you know. But I'd also say, you know, you've got to be careful when you're cooking stew, because you don't want to put too much in it, and there's just so many different tastes. It doesn't really taste of anything. If that catch my drift, you want to have something, if it's a chef, where you can really taste something and it really, you know, warms you up. You know, I don't want to push analogies too far. It's never a good idea. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the vlog. Please do hit that subscribe button. It makes such a big difference to the quality of videos that I'm able to offer you, because YouTube offer me more tools depending on what subscribers I have. Don't forget to check out yesterday's vlog, which is here, and this is what I was up to this time last year. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you. Oh, don't forget, Q&A vlog coming up later this week. Send me your questions. Bye!